Hi, it's Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. What we're going to be doing today is a January week 2 check-in. Seems like it should be week 3, but I guess we're going into week 3, and cash stuffing for week 3 and 4. So I just kind of wanted to start today. Normally I do this completely off camera, but I really wanted to walk you through how I decide how much cash I'm going to pull out of my account when I go to the bank. So at the beginning of the month, this is kind of what I do, and I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit here. Is I knew for the month of January I was going to take out $1,610 from the account. Excuse me. I originally had in my bank envelope over $400, so I then knew that I was really going to take out about $1,200. Well, then when we were threatened with the shutdown, I ended up not taking the cash out because I really wasn't sure what was going to happen. So I did go today and take out cash because we are not going through a shutdown. So I do want to go back to my cash envelopes. So this is kind of how I break it down. So for groceries, my budget was $500. I was going to do 4 $100 bills and 4 20s. And 4 5s for a total of $500. So I kind of just make a grid out of it. I subtract what I currently have on hand, and then I take out the balance. So today what I took out was $545, and I had in my bank $142. So I take from that first and then remove the balance. So in this example, I needed for groceries I needed 2 $100 bills, I needed 4 20s, and I needed 2 10s. For eating out, I needed $100, so I needed 4 20s, I needed 2 10s. And then for allowance, same as eating out. And then clothing is funded, personal care is funded, entertainment, I'm leaving my account. Giving stays in the account. Household, I funded it last at the beginning of the month, and she hasn't cleaned, so that money is still there. And then the savings challenge, I needed, so 65 for this week. So I need 65 for this week, and I needed 75 for next week, so I needed 140. So I took out 2 50s, a 20, a 10, and 2 5s, I think, right? So 50, 60, 75, 50, 60, yeah, that's how I took it out. So then I just added all those up and then wrote out, so I determined on what I took out. So I took out 2 $100 bills, 2 50s, 13 20s, 7 10s, 2 5s. There's something else I took out for. Oh, so I had in groceries, I had $40 left that I hadn't spent yet. So I did take out the 40 for that. So that left me with 15. Right. Okay, so that's kind of how I figure it out before I go to the bank, and then I just add it up and make sure it all balances, and then I write it on a post-it note, and that's literally what I hand the teller. So the first thing I did before I went to the bank was went to my bank envelope. So I had in here, I had 142. So in my groceries, I had $40 left from last week because I did not stuff as a cash envelope. And eating out, I had $12 left. And then my allowance was the one thing that I did put cash in. So I took 12 out for eating out and put that in my wallet and promptly spent that. And then for groceries, I pulled out the other 40, the 220s, so that it made the 125 that I had for last week. So makes perfect sense to me. I did take this $100 bill out for one of the $100 bills I needed to pull out. So I'm going to put that with the cash stuffing, and I'm going to just go ahead and leave this 30 here, just because I didn't have enough to pull out for any one category. So I'm going to put that 30 back. So hope that makes sense, but I go through this project every time before I go to the bank, and I really walk through, because I don't want to pull out extra to where I have to go put it back, and I don't want to pull out not enough to where I have to go make a second trip. So I did pull out money for week 3 and 4, so I won't go back to the bank this month because everything has already been pulled out. So, and then I've done February and March, and then that's where I stopped. So, okay, I'm gonna put this to the side, and we're gonna look at transactions. Zoom this back out because that's really close. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put my transactions down. I really did not spend a lot of money last week. We stayed home all week long. So I had a no spend day on Monday the 11th, a no spend day on the 13th, and a no spend day on the 14th. So far this, excuse me. So far this month I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had 6 no spends, so. And my goal was 10. I think I'm gonna make it. Let's see, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 9, 1, 11, 1, 13, and 1, 14, 6. Okay, and then in my transactions, okay, so I had 1 grocery visit on the 12th. I went to the grocery store and I spent $85. That one's there. For eating out, we had 3 transactions. So I went to Chick-fil-A on the 12th. We had salads from Streets of New York on the 12th for $28. And I went to Sonic today for myself and my daughter, and that was $12. So my budget was $50, and I had spent $38, and then I took the $12 left because these 2 were left in the account, and this one I took out of my bank envelope, put it in my wallet, and then promptly spent that. So that tab is now empty, but that's where that $12 came from. And then for fixed, I haven't had any other expenses come through. For my allowance, I spent $28 today at Walmart for 2 thermometers. Bought 1 for myself and 1 for my daughter. So that is this transaction right here. And then on Sunday, I went to online church, and that was $100. My Elements massage, which is a subscription, came out today. So let me go ahead and and while I'm very happy that we were able to avoid a shutdown again in Arizona, our cases are still sky high. So my husband and I are just getting over it. So we really just were like, let's just stay home until things calm down. So it really, it's very hard to spend money. Well, not really, because you know I can spend money from home too, but I have been very good about my online shopping. Personal care, I am going to get a pedicure tomorrow, so I will spend money tomorrow. I haven't spent anything out of household, sinking funds, the doctor's appointments, visit, copay, I'm still waiting on, so I haven't gotten those yet. Groceries are done. Okay, so those are all of our transactions. So when we look at the weekly check-in, so groceries, I spent 85. So I have 375 minus 85, 290 left. For eating out, I spent the whole 50. I'm not really sure. I still can't find that $7 that I was over or under. I'm not really sure. So for allowance, I spent 28. So 132 left. For giving, I spent 100. So I have 200 left. Entertainment, I haven't spent anything. Household, I haven't spent anything. And personal care, I haven't spent anything. So I hope you are all doing really well on your budgets this month. I always feel like there's such a spending hangover after the holidays. And sometimes I want to continue to spend money after the holidays, and sometimes I just want to, you know, put the cash away and not spend any more money. It's like I feel like one way or the other. And this year I'm definitely feeling a hangover to where I don't want to spend any money right now. So I hope you are all doing well on your budget and feeling well. We have had a sick house for a couple of weeks now, and we are all finally better. You know, modern miracle of antibiotics and steroids have been very good to us. But yeah, it's been a while since we have felt good. So we are all on the mend, and I really want to thank so many of you, your comments, your prayers, your wishing us a speedy recovery. I really, really appreciate all of the really kind words and the thoughts of us, and I just want to know that I received your message, and I appreciate so much keeping us in your thoughts. So let's go ahead and stuff the envelopes for this week. So I'm going to, here are my tabs. So grocery, I just have my receipt. My allowance, I have my receipt from today, and then the balance is $21. And then eating out, I spent the 12 that I had in here. And I don't know where my receipt is. Probably was in the bag. So I'm going to put my tabs to the side for right now. Let's go ahead and put the cash up. We are going through a refi on our house. We were supposed to sign the papers today, but now we're signing them tomorrow. And one thing I learned in this process is that my husband and I opened a checking account together when we were dating, and that was like 40 some years ago. And it was actually his checking account at Desert Schools, which has changed names many times. But so I'm a joint owner on our joint account, but when I was pulling together the paperwork for the refi, I realized that I wasn't getting statements because I do online banking. And so when I went to the bank today, I asked them about it, and they said that because he was the primary, he has to send his email address and all that, and like sign up for statements, which I thought was really funny because he does not use that account at all. It's our household account. We're both on it. He doesn't carry a debit card for it. He doesn't look at the account. He literally just deposits his pension check in there, and that's it. So I have to have him enroll for an online statement so that I can see the statement because I was giving screenshots to our finance company because I literally could not download a statement. So it actually was kind of comical. They're like, oh yeah, you're completely a joint owner, but since he's the primary, he's the only one who will get to see a statement, which is kind of funny because he doesn't even ever use that account. But anyway, so lesson learned, I need to have him enroll in an online statement. Okay, so for groceries, we had 40 left from last week, so I'm going to pull that first. And then I have 125 for this week. And I have 125 for next week. So I'm going to take the 125 for this week and put under my grocery tab. And I'm going to take the 125 for week 4 and I'm going to put it in my cash envelope. And I'm going to take the 40 that's extra and I'm going to put it into the savings. So that will go towards my savings challenge for February, since I was able to save money from an envelope. For eating out, we have 50 for this week, really next week. And we have 50 for week 4. So I'm going to take the 50 for week 4 and put it in my envelope. Take the 50 for next week and put it under my tab. And then for allowance, and this just tells you that I never left the house because quite frankly, I never have money left in my allowance. I have $21 left. So I'm going to take that and put it under my savings envelope for the savings challenge. Give myself a little bit of a cushion. And I'm going to take 50 for this week for my tab. And I'm going to take 50 for next week and put it under my tab. I mean, in my envelope. Okay. So for, let's see, I have $290 left in groceries. Okay. Gotta figure out how I want to note that I took out. Oh no, wait, 97. I'm gonna do minus 40 S for savings, and then that will remind me where 40 of it went. Okay, allowance was 132 and I just took out 21 for the savings challenge, and then giving I have 200, entertainment 100, household 300, and personal care 100. I don't want to confuse myself. Okay, so the rest of this money should be savings challenge, but I think I'm going to be short of 5. Let's see here. So savings challenge is 65 for this week and 75. Yeah, I am short of 5. And I have an extra 20. I'll just switch this out. That's not right either. So 65, $75. And then all of this goes back into the savings envelope, right? 140. Okay. It's somehow off $5, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take the 75 and put it under savings because that will go for next week. And then I will pull this 65 and put it under the savings challenge. I don't know if that makes more sense or just to go ahead and do this. Let's see here. That's 70 plus 65, 135. Yeah, let's do it that way. So I should have in this envelope then 20, 40, 60, 110, 125, 50. There we go. Okay, so 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 135. Okay, that's right. Put this back in there. So at this rate, I need $95 for week 1 of February. So I should be close to having that money, and then I'll pull the rest of the money out. February is definitely a little bit more aggressive than January was. Okay, so let's look at cash envelopes where we are. So we just stuffed these 3. So I have $50 in here, 50 in here, and 125 in here for week 4. And then these are the balance of my envelope. So household, I still have my original 120. And I don't know if she's gonna clean this month. If not, it's fine. I've been cleaning as I go. So that might just roll over. And then entertainment, I still have 35 with 65 still in the account. I really wanted to go to a movie the other day and they are not open. So very sad. I don't know if if movie theaters are gonna at the end of the day be around, which is such a sad state of affairs. And then clothing, I have 150, 210. And I was so excited because they put my jeans that I love on sale at Old Navy, and of course there's nothing in my size, so this remains. And then in personal care, I'm gonna spend a lot of this tomorrow. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, A6, A7, 88, A9, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So I did take some ones that were in other envelopes and put them in here because I am going for a pedicure tomorrow and then a massage next week. I am going with my daughters, but they are financially on their own. So I did send them a text today to remind them to get cash because they will literally stand in the lobby and Venmo me cash so that I can give them tip money. So I reminded them today to please go pull out money so we are not standing in the lobby and they're Venmoing me. I honestly don't know what it is about that generation that just really never has $1 in their wallets for cash. It's really quite frightening. Okay, so those are my cash envelopes. They are all ready to go for the rest of the month. I'm gonna put them back in here. And let's see, is there anything that I'm not? I think I'm fine. I will say that, you know, the things that I probably miss the most is sitting at Starbucks and having a drink, going to the movies with my sisters, and definitely just going to a restaurant and enjoying dinner. So hopefully we will be back to all of those fun things shortly. I did get a new wallet for Christmas. Put my envelopes back in here, my tabs back in here. Okay, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you're all doing amazing on your budget. I did just kind of want to take a moment and thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. Whether you are commenting on the video or just watching or sharing the video like a lot of you have, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support for both my channel as well as my Etsy shop. It means the world to me, and I just wanted to take a moment and really thank you and let you know that I'm very grateful that you are coming along on this journey. It holds me accountable, and that's why I originally started this channel, was to make myself accountable. And I hope that you are learning something or taking a tip away from me and using that for your own financial journey as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.